Hi guys, this unit is about volume, and again it's very formula driven. It's 11.7. So I hope if you look at the notes on the left hand side, I hope that you can see the connections here. You already know how to find the lateral areas and surface areas for various shapes now. But for any kind of calculation of the volume of a solid, then all you need to do is to look for the base and then multiply by the height. So let's look at this formula right here. For a rectangular prisms, all you need to do is to have the length multiply the width and then multiply the height. And remember, length times width gives me the base area, the area for the base. So this formula can also be written as base area times height, and that gives me the volume, right? Let's look at the triangular prism. Same thing. I have my base, which is the big B here, and then I have my height. And even though we're giving you as two separate formulas, it's really just one thing that's the foundation of it. The others are all the derivatives of it. So let's look at some examples here. I am gonna pick number 3 here. I have a rectangular prism here. The most important thing is to figure out what is your length, what is your width, what is your height. In this case, I would do 39 as the length, and if I do that, then 8 becomes my width, and my height would be the green 12. So if you multiply the three together, the three numbers together, you should have 3,744. In this case, it's cube feet. So now we're talking about power of 3. Cube feet right here. Let's look at number 4 here. We've got the top base and the bottom base being parallel and being triangles, and the height would be right here at 5 feet tall. So then in this case, I have to find the area of the base. The height of the area is 7.3, but the base is not given. The base that I need is not given exactly, this purple line that I'm connecting here. But as you can tell, on the left hand side, because I've got a 12 here, this parallelogram, for this base, it has to be 12 as well. So let's look at this again. So I've got 12 here, right? So the base should be 12 times 7.3 over 2, because it's a triangle. And that should give me 43.8. To find the volume is simply 43 times 8 multiplied by 5. And I should have 219 cube feet. So just don't be confused by, in the triangle calculation, if you want to use the 9, you don't have a height connected with that segment, with that side of the triangle. So you cannot use the 9 here. Neither can you use the 10 feet on the other side. Okay. Number 5 is relatively easier. You've got to calculate the base, which is the surface facing the front here. And that's simply because it's a triangle. It's half of base 11 multiplied by 5.4. And you should have 29.7 for the base. And then the volume is simply the base, 29.7, multiplied by the height, which is, height is right here at 16. And that should give you 475.2 cube millimeters. Okay. So the 6th one is a little bit more challenging only because it's trapezoid prism. that we don't deal with very often. So we first have to, again, calculate the base. And if you figure out that which one is the base, because there are several heights we can use here, I would suggest that everybody look at the front, because, because if you use this, if you look at this shape, you've got everything you need to calculate the area for this shape. Then you can simply multiply the height of that trapezoid prism. Then you'll get the volume. So let's calculate that. The trapezoid formula for area is half of the top over here would be 36 plus the bottom, which is 14, multiplied by the height of right here, the blue height, which is 17.9. So if you have that, you should have 447.5. And then the volume is simply the base multiplied by the height of the prism at 25. Your final answer is 11,187.5 cube meters. Okay. I'm going to leave 7 and 8 for your own practice. Let's look at number 8. Here we go again, that we have another formula, but again, look at pi r squared. Pi r squared is the surface of it's the area of a circle, right? Which is really this part here. That's just that base, the area of that base. Once you find the area of this base, you multiply by the height, you have the volume of cylinders, which is exactly the same concept as prisms and cubes. So I'm going to do number 10. Diameter is given at 11, so therefore the radius must be half of 11 at 5.5. And if you plug that into your formula, which is pi r squared times the height of the cylinder at 20 meters long, you should have approximately 1995.7 cube meters. Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's look at the application. For number 11, a cylinder with 2 centimeter diameter is drilled. So notice that it's 2 centimeters in its diameter, drilled through the triangular prism shown as left. So I've got a triangular prism here. Find the volume of the prism. So in other words, I need to first find the volume of the total triangular prism. Then I need to find the volume of this cylinder. And then I use the total prism volume, subtract the cylinder prism, I should have my final prism. So let's look at the first one. First one, the base calculation, it's a triangle, so it's half of, and notice that there is a little tick mark there that demonstrates that it's a right triangle. To calculate right triangle is simply the two legs multiplied by each other divided by 2. And now the volume is the triangle surface area multiplied by the height, which is 175. So number 2, I need to calculate the cylinder. The cylinder is a circle at the bottom, so it's pi r squared. And if diameter is 2, so my radius is 1. So pi r squared is pi times 1 squared, then times the height. The height is at 14. So this is, sorry, I'm going to jump over here. This is approximately 43.98. And my final volume would be 175 minus 43.98. So it's about 131.02 square centimeters. That's an M there. Okay, not hard, but multiple steps. Um, Believe it or not, number 12 is easier. Let's look at the diagram. It's Eric's pool, and he plans to fill it with a depth of 4 feet with a garden hose that has 80 square feet per hour flow rate. How many hours will it take to fill the pool? So this is 4.5. We just need 4 here. And if this is 27, 27 divided by 2 is 13.5. That's my radius. So I got to calculate my volume at 4 feet. So it's pi r squared times the height. That gives me the volume of this water when the water is about 4 feet tall, 4 feet high. So it's 729 pi, which is approximately 2,290 and 0.22 cube feet. So now I've got the volume, and then because each hour I'm filling, what did they say, 80 cube feet, right? So I've used that divided by 80, I should have 28.63 hours. That's how long it will take to fill the entire pool. So again, it's multiple steps. Focus on what exactly they're asking, and then take it step by step. Don't hesitate to circle out the key words for you to help you set up these equations. Okay, guys, I will see you in school. Bye.